exciting. If you're watching this in 1,000 years, um, it's day 2 of the 30-day sunrise challenge. Since she totally hates being on camera, Babs is definitely not sitting right next to me. Coffee time. Yeah. Really, it's probably like aliens in 1,000 years. Or like whatever AI our kids become. My favorite part about putting this shirt on in the last couple of mornings is knowing that the really can't touch that, take it off. Morning, Mello. What's up, Yuri? Morning, Roger. Hmm? Mello, I did not bring the guitar. My apologies. Uh, Going over yesterday, we all wrote down a bunch of stuff that we're grateful for. Target is 3. I'm going to do that again this morning. Feel free to join me if you want. Write down 3 things you're grateful for. And again, I think it's more about the practice than how grand or large or intense it is. Uh, so big, small, consequential or not. And then the other thing that I did yesterday that had a profound effect was writing down 3 things that, if accomplished, I'd be able to feel pretty good about the day. This is there's a lot of reasons why this ends up being so effective, especially now where like a lot of us, anybody in the crypto space, and I think a lot of people just in your lives, like the to-do list it can feel effectively infinite, right? Like it's especially like working on Uplift and Bluedac and helping people with their projects and just generally being in the torrent that is the flow of our NFT and crypto industry. There's always going to be an infinite number of things. And so I always end up feeling like, I'm not doing enough, or I might be letting people down because, there's always more, right? We never get that sense of like, no, I actually push the ball forward in a measurable way. So anyway, it's a psychological thing just for me personally, right? And again, like the reason why I post all this stuff is if it helps even one person, then great. So I'm gonna write down 3 things, like yesterday, that if I get them done, I'm gonna be like, man, okay, that these are like the biggest things on my mind, or like the things that absolutely need to get done today to fix something or move something forward or whatever, right? It helps. I don't know if you guys can see the gaggle of birds at the bottom. It's a parade. Uh, Also ended up fasting yesterday successfully till now. Out of shape when I get back to the house. First successful fast in almost 2.5 years. It's like a discipline thing, and I don't know. I It's been the only way that I can really control my weight. It's steady, like doing a 24-hour fast once a week. And it used to be easy, just drop in ketosis in a couple minutes, do like a half an hour in the afternoon where I was feeling a little fuzzy. But the whole time through the pandemic, it's too easy to crack. That was really frustrating in its own right, having the memory in my head of having been good at it. So it feels really good to have accomplished the fast, just because it's like a willpower thing, right? I was telling Nathan McCrory, who's doing this 30-day challenge thing with me. He's doing his own stuff, but he's playing guitar once a day, which is awesome. Uh, that totally lost my train of thought. Where are we? What are we doing? Oh man. Speaking of fuzzy. Oh, I remember. Sorry, guys. Yesterday morning, my monkey mind was telling me just to stay in bed. For weeks, I've been trying to, boot this practice back up, and there's always an excuse. I had like a yelling match in my skull before getting out of bed. It's really, it felt really kind of sad. Like I shouldn't have to do that, and that's because again, like I hold the memory in my head of being in a personal state of momentum where the distance between a thought or a commitment and an action is microscopic. Um, and so it feels really good to be getting back on track that way. And it's a muscle, right? It's clearly, everybody gets tired. That's why I'm out here. Yeah. thanks for those gratitudes. All right, so I'm grateful, Mello for showing up here this morning. The Mello Builder on Twitter, highly recommended follow. Has been building a bunch of amazing things in the uplift. Works with TC. I got to hang out with him. Is an actual giant. He's about 900 feet tall. Yeah, and his heart is commensurately very large as well. So I'm grateful that you're here right now, Mello. Also really grateful that we got to hang out. This is still just one. This is a long-winded one. And I'm grateful that you came out to the first day on the Gratitude Birch Nursery Tree Farm. I don't know. We'll work on that name. Yeah, we finally broke ground on growing special birch trees in the uplift. Planted with some ceremony, and there's a blue flower that faces the sunrise next to every tree. They can only be harvested during sunrise, and we'll be putting that birch on sale for processing into gratitude monuments with the shops that now exist, right? And again, like you can use any birch. People use glass for monuments. I just wanted to kind of play around with this idea that we can imbue things in the metaverse with a special kind of value. So I'm just playing around with that idea. Anyway, Mello came out to help me do that because, of course, in survival worlds, I die very fast. It's just basically just a thing that everyone knows now. And he started building me a treehouse on that estate, on this little river bend. Pretty adorable. I'm grateful for that. Yeah, Roger, I want to read this out. Thanks for the reminder that stress is real and dealing with it in a healthy way is important. Yeah, I mean, that for me, I've been ignoring it, right? And and again, like I am really actually quite stressed out and very tired, but it's hard for me to it's been hard for me to kind of admit it. This year has been nothing short of amazing, right? For me personally, and for a lot of other people in the space, really hard work. A lot of negativity around the edges or whatever, but we've done amazing things, and it's actually just the bedrock to do many more amazing things, right? So it's hard to kind of then turn around and go, yeah, I'm tired. Like, fuck being tired. We gotta go, right? Like, it's like rock and roll, but I mean, my body started to shut down, and like the signs were becoming really obvious to those people that care about me. They're like, dude, you're kind of falling apart right now. You gotta get your shit together. Okay. So yeah, I didn't realize too, Roger, that I did this a couple of years ago, actually as a way to sort of finish getting out of a bout of clinical depression that I went through, which was a freaking eye-opening experience. And so this is sort of an easy thing, right? Like I know this will work. It's this time for reflection, and last time I streamed them live as well. Just the idea that, like, if me doing this in an open way gives even one person the space to find a moment of peace, then I'm just gonna do it, right? Like, because it doesn't matter to me, right? Like, if anyone thinks less of me for this, they were gonna think less of me anyway, right? Or whatever, right? It just doesn't matter to me, right? Like, it'll attract the right kind of people and detract the right kind of people. But I got a bunch of feedback yesterday from a lot of people that are in this insanity with us, and that the moment helped them too. And that's my second gratitude, actually, that the technology exists for me to be, kind of doing the whole scratch my own niche, solving my own problem thing, but that I can do it in an open way and help even one other person with like no more effort, basically, right? Like it's something that I think any chance you can do something as a community, it's sort of value add anyway. Morning, check man, Nike. Um, hey, so there's five people here. Ace Theer is crushing this. Writes down three gratitudes. Write down three things that he's getting done today. Mellow, at the very least, seriously, play along. It won't hurt you. Write down three things you're grateful for in the comments, and three things that if you got them done today, you'd be able to count yourself a total boss mode. Nailed it. Got it done. Yeehaw. Ace Theer never apologize for crushing it. Come on now. Good pressure, Ace Theer. If you start apologizing for doing well, then that creates a really negative feedback loop. I'm Canadian. I say sorry for a lot of things. I do resemble this comment. Something that happened. I don't know if you guys could see it out on the horizon over there. There's a sailboat right on the edge. I think it's a catamaran too. I'm grateful for that specific boat. Hello, hello, hi. No, it's okay. I have two big ones myself. He's having too much fun. I just got smooshed by a dog. Mm. Yeah, dogs are very, very good. Oh, look at this freaking. You almost want to like punch this up on a big screen. I think that's what I would do if I was at home. The pelican just going by using the ground effect, like the coasting ground effect. They're almost like a hovercraft. It's in the process of writing down the three things that I want to get accomplished today. Of course, it ends up being a longer list. Um, but I am just going to pick the sort of the top three. I think the exercise of it is really interesting, right? Like in picking what the top three are, you're having to revisit. Why are these things important, right? Is it important just to solve a problem that could be an issue, or you know, in what goal is this action, in service of? You just the last two mornings, it's been really helpful. So it's not just like an infinite number of things, right? And a very small amount of time, comparatively speaking, that it's taken to reflect. Uh, Instead of dealing with each of these little things symptomatically, which is what I've been doing for the last few weeks, which is not ideal. I've had the time and the space to start thinking about them systemically, which is the only way to solve them. Right? Like if you're dealing with a bunch of different things one at a time systemically, that's not creating a pattern or a machine to basically efficiently deal with them. So you can move on to something more interesting, right? Yeah. Here it comes. That's a wrap. Mel, I'm gonna grab you a couple of pictures right now. Thank you guys for joining me this morning. Back tomorrow morning. Same bat time, same bat place. Unless it's raining. Let's keep on keeping on.